Hello dear students, welcome to Genesis. Well, let us understand the structure called placenta. Remember, placenta is a disc-shaped structure which is created between the wall of the mother's uterus and the developing embryo. So if this is the uterine wall and here is the embryo, right in between you can see this disc-shaped structure that is called placenta. And this placenta has tissues of both mother's body and the embryo. And there is a cord that is between the embryo and the placenta. The name of this cord is umbilical cord. This umbilical cord has many blood vessels in it. Now before I explain this, now let's understand the need of placenta. Placenta is that structure which provides nutrients to the developing embryo. So it provides oxygen, glucose, vitamins, minerals, various important antibodies, and also sometimes viruses from the mother's body can pass to the embryo through the placenta. Example of which is HIV. But apart from this, it also takes away waste material like carbon dioxide and urea from the developing embryo. So this is kind of a connection where there is exchange of substances between the mother and the embryo. Inside the umbilical cord, if you see, there are blood vessels. So there are arteries and veins. So we already know that arteries, they basically carry oxygenated blood and veins carry deoxygenated blood, but in this case it is reverse. Here the artery basically carries the carbon dioxide rich blood from the embryo towards the mother's body, and there they give carbon dioxide and take in oxygen, and this oxygen is taken back to the embryo's body by a vein. So please remember this, in umbilical cord the arrangement of the function of the artery and vein is just reverse. Apart from all these functions that I mentioned, placenta also performs another very important function, which is it itself acts like a gland, endocrine gland. That means a gland which is capable of producing hormones. The hormones produced by placenta in a pregnant female are progesterone and estrogen, and they are found in the human urine or the urine of the mother's body. So any test of a pregnant female will show the presence of these hormones, which can also act like a confirmatory test of pregnancy. So now let us discuss the two definitions. One is gestation, another parturition. Gestation is the entire phase of 280 days during which the embryo develops in the uterus of the mother. And parturition is the expulsion of the full-grown fetus from the mother's body. Remember, at the time of parturition, the baby has to push out through the uterus, cervix, vagina. And the head of the baby comes out first, followed by the umbilical cord. And after parturition, within 15 minutes, the placenta also detaches from the uterus and is expelled out. Now let us understand about twins. Twins are of two types, okay? They can be fraternal twins, which are also known as diovular, or identical twins. Now remember, in case of fraternal twins, there are two separate eggs that are produced in a single month. We all know that the ovaries produce one egg per month, but imagine a condition where the ovaries produce two eggs instead of one in a month, and both of these eggs get separately fertilized by two different sperms. So we have two zygotes. Now that is why when these zygotes develop, they will either develop into two boys or two girls, or one boy or one girl, because they are not going to be identical. So they are going to be non-identical. That is why these fraternal twins are also known as diovular, because they are made up of two different eggs, two ova. On the other hand, when we talk about identical twins, here only one zygote, and that zygote splits into two, and these two will now develop into two different individuals, but they will be either two boys or two girls, and they are going to be absolutely identical. There are certain other conditions also where a female can give birth to three kids. They are called triplets, okay? Now this can happen where the zygote, it can split into two. One single zygote splits into two, and the other one again splits further and gives rise to two more. So there are total three zygotes here which are going to develop into three different individuals. Another condition is where there are four kids produced, and that condition is called quadruplet. This can happen when there are two fraternal twins and they split again to produce four, or it can happen between one fraternal and one identical twin that again split to produce four kids. With this, we finish this chapter. Now I'm going to start the next chapter, which will be human excretory system. Meanwhile, keep revising, post your doubts and subscribe my channel. Thank you.